The office is going dark. Not because the study is complete. The study is not complete and will not be in any timeline we have modeled. Not because the entities have been contained. They have not been contained, and the word contained has never appeared in any internal document without the word yet, and even that qualifier was removed in 2019. The office is going dark because we have been documenting these events for 30 years, and we have recently confirmed what several researchers proposed in 1997 and were reassigned for proposing. The documentation is making it worse. Every transmission draws them closer. You have been watching 40 files. The office is concerned about what watching 40 files means. File number 040. This is the final advisory transmission of the Human Code Archive, ARC1. Classification, archive closed. This file represents the combined findings of the Office of Carrier Wave Incidents, the Office of Borrowed Identity Research, the Bureau of Motor Memory Events, the Office of Prior Occupancy Research, the Bureau of Subject Continuity, and the Office of Cross-Event Classification. All 6 divisions contributed to this transmission. 4 of the contributing researchers requested their names be removed from the record before transmission. The office complied. The office asks the following of anyone who has been following this archive. First, note how many files you have watched and whether you have watched more than one in a single sitting. The office is finding that consecutive viewing accelerates proximity to event conditions. Second, note whether any phenomena described in this archive, recognition errors, handwriting changes, recurring objects, imaginary companions, a voice in the inner ear, have occurred in your life since you began watching. Note when they began relative to when you began watching. Third, note whether you assumed those occurrences were coincidence. The office is not saying they were not. We are asking you to note the assumption. The office has identified a pattern in subjects who consume multiple entity advisories in sequence. In the first week, subjects report heightened attention to the phenomena described, looking for them, noticing possible candidates. The office classified this as awareness-seeking and considered it benign. By week 2, subjects begin reporting actual events that match the descriptions in the advisories they have consumed. The office initially attributed this to confirmation bias. We no longer attribute it to confirmation bias. We believe the advisories function as proximity indicators, not warnings about something that might happen, but markers of something that has already begun. By month 2 of sustained archive engagement, subjects report events that were not described in any advisory they have consumed. New events. Events the office had not documented. In 37 cases, subjects submitted reports of phenomena the office subsequently confirmed in the sense that other subjects independently reported the same phenomenon without prior contact. The office has 17 undocumented entity events first identified through archive subjects reporting them. We are not releasing those advisories. We are stopping here. This is not a pattern of anxious overconsumption producing hallucination. The office has assessed the mental health of 37 subjects who reported novel events and found no significant correlation with anxiety disorder, paranoid ideation, or suggestibility. This is not manufactured community experience. The subjects had no contact with each other. This is not the archive causing the events. The office believes the events were already occurring. We believe the archive identified people to whom events were already occurring. We believe those people are now identified to the entities as well. We believe this is why we are stopping. Archive 1. This archive The office began transmitting file 010 on May 21st of the current year. In the weeks following, the office recorded a significant increase in entity event reports from subjects who identified themselves as archive followers. The increase was not gradual. It was immediate. The office's statistician described the correlation as the cleanest causal signal she had seen in 30 years of work. She submitted her resignation the same day. The office accepted it. Archive 2. The office's research coordinator, who has remained unnamed in this and all prior transmissions. She has been maintaining the archive database since 2021, working from her home office at 33 Caldwell Street, Providence, Rhode Island. In the week following transmission of file 035, the Call 7 origin file, she began reporting that the voice in the Marfa recording had begun speaking to her. The same voice, in the inner ear, saying the names of archive subjects in the order they subscribed. She is the fourth person to develop this symptom. She is the first whose symptom began after a transmission rather than direct exposure. The office believes transmission is now sufficient for exposure. This is why we are stopping. The office requires the following prohibitions, not as advisory guidelines but as final instructions. Prohibition 1. Do not attempt to find additional transmissions after this file. There are none planned. If you find something claiming to be file 041, it is not from the office. Do not watch it. Prohibition 2. Do not watch this archive from the beginning again. 1 pass is documented. 2 passes produce different outcomes in 7 subjects. Prohibition 3. Do not discuss the content of this archive in detail with people who have not watched it. Description of the events, in detail, to someone unfamiliar, produces exposure equivalent to direct viewing. Prohibition 4. Do not assume this is the last thing. Submit Form Archive C if you experience anything after this transmission. The office will receive it. We will not be transmitting, but we will be receiving. The office has transmitted 40 files. We have documented, across all active event classifications, 1,812 cases of confirmed entity contact. We believe the true number is an order of magnitude higher. We believe most entity contact goes unreported because subjects interpret the events as ordinary, as personal, as something happening only to them. The office's 30 years of work have confirmed one thing above all others: these events are not happening only to you. They are happening to many people, in the same way, in the same sequence, as if following a pattern we have not fully mapped. We mapped enough of it to know we should stop mapping it here. The office is aware that you have watched this archive and that watching it has made you aware of things. We are aware that some of you have experienced things since you began watching. We are aware that those of you who have experienced nothing feel, right now, that you should have, and that this feeling is itself a symptom of proximity. You have been watching for a long time. The entities document their subjects. You have spent 40 files watching them. The office would like you to think carefully about who has been watching you watch. The archive is closed. Something else will open. We cannot tell you what it will be called. We cannot tell you when it will begin. We can tell you it is already aware of you.